Hey everybody, Orpheolus here. Welcome back to our Pokemon Sword and Shield. Last time we got ourselves a 3rd gym badge, and this time we'll be beginning the Isle of Armour DLC. As a little bit of a note though, we are actually changing up the party. And I said there would be an A team and a B team. We are actually going to be featuring a lot of B team Pokemon from Muse and I guess Vikavolt, the 2 regulars. They're going to be here for quite a bit too. And the thing is, let me actually give them a nickname since, well, I will be using them for the Isle of Armour. So let's go ahead and give some nicknames real quick. Alright, I decided to give my team a nickname. First up is going to be a Rotbart for, well, the Destroyer of Worlds. I finally decided to give Vikavolt a nickname, and that is going to be Gauss. Kind of like the Gauss Cannon. I played a lot of Doom recently, so I really like using the Gauss Cannon, so here we are. This kind of looks like a Gauss too. Next up, Masamune, because, well, Sword, Masamune. There was another name I was thinking of, but I'm saving it for another one. And Motor, because Motor is Rotom backwards. How creative, I just realized that right now. So this time, now we are going to be heading out to the Isle of Armour. The Isle of Armour is the DLC that was released like July of 2020, I think? Yeah. June, July, around there. It's actually really fun, and I actually do have leftovers from my original playthrough on Twitch, so I'll be trying to showcase some of that, but we'll be primarily post-game because, yeah. As for talking the Isle of Armour, there's really 3 points to note about the Isle of Armour. The first one is that you can actually enter here the very first time you enter it. Well, enter the wild area. No, Motostoke. You're able to do that once you get Motostoke. The best time I would say overall is after you've cleared 3 gem badges. That's roughly the best time because that's roughly about the level that it'll scale up to is about the 3rd badge. And then there's another time in the post game that actually is completely different after you've gone past a certain event in the game. The area will change. And it's roughly best for post game, but we'll be taking it on right now. So, heading on into Wetlands Station. The train to the Isle of Armour has arrived. And those with an Armour Pass, please board the train. Alright, we got a train station. Do you have an Armour Pass? Of course, I totally have one. Please allow me to check your pass. Slow. Oh, a Slowpoke? Uh-oh, looks like another one's gotten on the train and ridden over from the Isle of Armour. Alright, cool. There's a lot of Slowpoke living on the Isle of Armour. Not sure if they feel like traveling or what, but sometimes a few board the train. Is this the first time you've seen a Galarian Slowpoke? The coloring on the top of its head is curry-like. Isn't it super duper cute? Alright, so we have a Slowpoke here. Slow. You're a Pokemon trainer, right? If Slowpoke blocks the ticket gate, it'll cause trouble for other customers. Slowpoke are actually pretty heavy, so do you think you can catch one for me? Now, Slowpoke can already catch it? Yes, we shall. Alright, and we have Slowpoke. Galarian Slowpoke. This is very important. I wanted to go over the bio now. Slowpoke flies bugger off. Slowpoke is an interesting Pokemon for sure. It's a free updated Pokemon that was added in as a later update. With or without the DLC as promotion, to get you to buy the DLC. If you have the DLC, good. If you do not have the DLC, don't bother it. Slowpoke cannot evolve unless you have the DLC, because the items you need to evolve it are actually available in each area. So yeah, as a Pokemon, Slowpokes are traditionally very slow Pokemon, as well their name kind of suggests. If you go to the Isle of Armour, you will be able to evolve it into Slowbro with a certain item there, but that's not available until after you attain the ability to surf, sadly. As a Pokemon, Slowbro is actually a pretty fun Pokemon to use. So yeah, it's pretty similar to its Cantonian counterpart, but still kind of different. The main thing though is that it does not have as much defenses as the normal Slowbro does. Instead, it's more of a mixed attacker, having 100 in both attacking stats, and still being pretty slow. While it is slow, it does have the ability Quick Draw, which makes it move first in a turn, making it a pretty risky yet good Pokemon. Move pool-wise, it has Shell Sidearm, which makes the foes which targets the foe's weaker stats, so if you're hitting a Cloyster, you'll be using its special. Meanwhile, if you're going up against, say, a Jinx, you'll be using the physical stat instead, which does help out quite a bit for its physical stats. or I guess its mixed nature. It can learn quite a few other moves such as Flamethrower and such, which is nice to throw off. Personally, I prefer normal Slowpoke, mostly because Water Psychic type, and it can have access to Flamethrower too, in order to really troll some other Pokemon. As for the Crown Tundra, you'll be able to get yourself Slowking. As a warning, you cannot get Slowking for a very long time, so yeah, and plus you have to go super deep in an area that's in the upper 60s. Yeah. In terms of comparing its original to the Galarian form, 10 attack from regular is pulled into its special attack. That is pretty much it. It's a very special face Pokemon having 110 in both special stats, main trade-off though is that it's once again super slow. A very interesting Pokemon ability and signature move. It is a Curious Medicine which removes any status altercation for any allies. And it's pretty situational, more for multiplayer. As single player, it's all single battles, and own tempo might be worth it. Its signature move is Eerie Spell, which has an alright base power, but it removes PP from the foe's last move. All around pretty alright. Other moves of note includes Power Gem, Nasty Plot, Surf, and the move pool. Pretty much the same perks as regular Slowbro, and I guess normal Slowking too. If you want to get yourself Slowking, and for the Isle of Armour decks, Kitty was trying to get on top of my capture card. Kitty did not like me telling her off. So yeah, all around, if you want to get a Slowking, you will have to venture deep because otherwise, it's very hard to get a Slowking since normally Slowking is a trait evolution. Alright, Slowpoke, let's get you caught. 1, 2, 3. There we go. A pretty easy catch, all things considered. Alright then, so B team is going to be getting quite a bit of work now. No need to give a nickname, so you might notice that there was no Pokédex. That is because it's from the DLC. Thanks much. Slowpoke can be a big trouble to move sometimes. Wow, amazing. The way you caught that Slowpoke was the absolute coolest. We apologize for the wait. We have checked your armor pass. All aboard to the train to the Isle of Armour. Mind your step when boarding. Please be aware that there will be a connection along the way. Okay. I'm heading to a place called the Isle of Armour. I'm going to catch some rare Pokemon and do some training. Let's hang if we meet up again, okay? Bye-bye then, see ya. So yeah, that was Clara. Alternatively, if you're playing Pokemon Shield, there will be a different trainer there. And that will be, what's his name? Avery. So yeah, Avery is for Shield, and Clara is for Sword. So, with this all done, oh, that's an Aura Pass. With that pass, you can go to the Isle of Armour. You have a Crown Pass, too. You can go to the Crown Tundra. Where would you like to go today? So, talking to him, you can go to the Crown Tundra or the Armour Station. If you go to the Crown Tundra, you're going to have your ass handed to you on a silver platter, and have access to level 65 Pokemon. One of them you can use. It's absolutely disgustingly broken. Instead, to the Isle of Armour. Is this your first time to the Isle of Armour? I'm researching Pokemon biology here on this island. You want to register the Pokemon you catch on this island to your Pokédex, okay? I'll update your Pokédex so you can do just that. And, being updated, version 1.1, the Isle of Armour Pokédex has been added to your Pokédex. When you catch a lot of Pokemon on the Isle of Armour, come back and show me your Pokédex, okay? Alright then, so this is the kind of this island's character. I'm supposed to join the dojo on this island today, but there's a strange person standing outside the station. I'm a bit scared to head out. Didn't we just meet like 5 seconds ago? Ah, there you are. Right on time too. You're pretty punctual for a kid. Hey, have we met before or something like 5 seconds ago? Oh, it doesn't really matter, I guess. I have short-term memory loss. I'm Clara. I've been at the dojo a while, so they sent me to help out the newbie. I think you got the wrong person. Oh, come on. I know you're the new student who's supposed to join the Master Dojo. What's going on? Am I being mocked by a kid? but I'm the colorful, caring, and charismatic Clara. Well then, how about we have a quick battle? Just so, you know, we can see who's better. I'll be waiting outside, so come out when you're ready. You'll never know what hit him. Alright then, before we head out here, here's a free Pokemon that you're able to go. Once again, sells the same stuff as normal. Otherwise, a few Great Balls would be good, but otherwise Quick Balls would be a lot better. Alright then, so let's go head out for a battle. I bet this is your first time in the Isle of Armour. I bet you can't wait to start exploring, but first things first, we need to make sure you're ready. Since I've already been at the Master Dojo for a little while now, I'll be the one testing you out. Go easy on me, okay? I have a Darmanitan! I don't know what easy is. So we have Pokemon Trainer Clara here, who's starting to get their Pokeball out. She's starting up with Venipede, level 10, poison point for the ability with Moose Poison Tail. Alternatively, if you're playing a Pokemon Sword, remember this is a test, so take it easy. I'll be nice and gentle as I knock you out flat. Alternatively, if you're playing on Pokemon Shield, you'll be fighting Avery, who's starting up with an Abra level 10, synchronized with ability with Confusion. Yeah, Zen Headbutt. Yeah, I've always wanted to use a Darmanitan. I just absolutely destroy her. They won't know what's coming at her. Yeah, this is meant for... Well, I guess the trainer is more meant for being the, for the first one. How am I not getting backed into a corner? This should not be a thing! Alright, next up, Slowpoke, level 12. Gluttony for the ability, Confusion, and Acid. Same is true for Avery. So yeah, so if you try using Icicle Crash, we can only use Zen Headbutt, sadly, so... Yeah... Even with Resist... Still one shot. Don't mess with Darmanitan. Oh, my next Pokemon's going to make short work of... Huh? That was my last one? Huh? No! There must be some mistake! Not good at all. How did this kid get so strong? If this kid joins the dojo, no one's going to pay attention to my strength. I can just tell him to buzz off. No, they asked me to bring in the student. Ahem. Hey, that wasn't bad. I mean, it's not like I was going all out. Not at all, but still. But, you see, our dojo is the one that's got a long-standing reputation. Even the famous champion Leon trained at our place. No offense, but maybe, just maybe, you're not quite good enough to make it. So how about this? Why not enjoy the sights, but stay away from the Master Dojo over there, okay? Here, I'll even give you this. You know, as a souvenir. We obtain a style card. This expands the boutiques and hair salon selections. They show it when you visit a boutique or hair salon. They'll let you buy stuff not available to most people. Anyway, I guess that's that. See you never. Alright, so we get told to buzz off. And to that means exploration. So this operates much like another wild area. I will say this right now. I love the Isle of Armour. I think it's a really cool place. For Mantis, a Pokemon not available in the base game. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of Pokemon exclusive here to the Isle of Armour. And they're going to be well balanced to you being in the lower teens. So yeah, so I tackled this island now. This is the point I really like going to the Isle of Armour. I'll be honest, this is the first time I've ever been to the Isle of Armour outside of my shield playthrough, because I didn't buy the DLC until recently, just so I can do this Let's Play. Employment. So we got for Mantis, our first Pokemon here in the Isle of Armour. Go ahead and send you to a box. And Chansey! Chanseys are important. I highly recommend catching Chansey, or fighting them whenever you see one. Chanseys, they are famous for being experience sponges. They have the highest experience rate of any base Pokemon. Problem though is that they're hard to catch. Do I have any special base Pokemon? Yeah, I'll bring up Tremuse. Yeah, the reason why I'm bringing up Tremuse is because I feel bad because Tremuse was hardly used in the first act. Like, I know that Tremuse was pretty late, and yeah, but she wasn't really used all too much just because she doesn't have that great stats, and she doesn't have evolution, but maybe we'll fix that on the Isle of Armour. Give Tremuse a character arc of sorts. Yeah, the reason I want to catch Chansey is just for the experience, pretty much. So there is a reward for catching every Pokemon in the Isle of Armour. I think there's 200 Pokemon total in the dex. Roughly around 200. And there's about 100 new Pokemon total. So once we finish up Chansey, I'll be going ahead and heading on to Bioland. So if you don't want to stick with Bios, then yeah. Just so there's a lot of new Pokemon here. And that good voice. Oh no. Yeah, I'm personally staying away from physical attacks because, to be honest, Chanseys, they have absolutely no defense. Oh, and you have a catch rate of 45, that's right. And as another thing of note, I will be going over bios here in the Isle of Armour. For new Pokemon available in the base game too, since some Pokemon that are available pretty late, they will be available much earlier here. However though, I'll be going over the bios again there because I'm treating the base game like if you don't have the DLC but incorporating DLC with it too. Yeah, look at all that experience for a Pokemon that's very underleveled, so yeah. Very nice and dandy. So, we got Chansey. Sent to a box. So yeah, all fine and dandy. Max revive there. Very nice for the early game. Next up here, what else is there? Baniri. And some other Pokemon. Let's go ahead and shaky. 2 Yache berries. Very good berries there. Fetch pink apricorn. Alright, 2 Chardy berries. Shake it some more. It's becoming too aggressive. We're gonna call it good there. Yeah, Yache berries, Pecha, and apricorns. Apricorns are going to be very important pretty, well, I guess, semi-soon. Star piece there. So yeah, there are a lot of Pokemon here. And Mantis going after me. So yeah, look at this beautiful scenery. There is a lot to do here. So I'm heading on over, pretty much just going back to the base area. And you'll be able to find Slowpoke naturally here. So how are they able to get in? Well, here's Slowpoke Beach. Yeah, so quite a lot of things here. And there's Starmie over there. So there's a lot of new Pokemon here. So with this, I'll start. If you don't want to hear me ramble on for like 20 minutes, I guess 40 minutes because of how many new Pokemon here, go ahead and skip ahead. Otherwise, let us begin. Alright, first new Pokemon here in the wild area is Baniri. Baniri is a very normal type Pokemon. Friendship evolution starting with 0 friendship. Thankfully, friendship evolution is a lot easier to get in this game. It's a pretty nice defensive Pokemon with okay defense and special defense. Its main stat though is speed to outspeed a lot of Pokemon. While it has an okay at best attack stat, it has a nice move pool like bounce, high jump kick, elemental punches, and a lot of other good moves. You turn to go first and all that stuff, but all around there is a lot to be desired, and all around it's a decent Pokemon. Nothing to write home about, but it can be okay to use. This game falls off quite a bit for its poor attack stat, plus it doesn't have its really good Mega Form as a crutch, and it just falls off, and I would just kind of say pass. Next up is Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is an alright Pokemon for the journey. Nothing too spectacular. As a Pokemon, it's an HP sponge with a monstrous 140 HP stat, and that's it. Nothing too special anywhere. 85 special attacks, okay, but its defenses are a joke. Having pretty low stats in all of them, including speed's also pretty blah. Some good things about Jigglypuff is the fact that it can put foes to sleep for an easy setup for a free KO. Wait, this isn't Smash. I always have to get that joke in every single Pokemon game. It's a pretty diverse move pool, access to moves like Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Psychic, Dazzle Gleam, Shadow Ball, and strangely enough, Stealth Rocks. An interesting move pool for sure, but its low speed stats and just defense make it hard to recommend. In the early game, it's pretty decent to use, but in the late game, not so much. Next up is Abra. Abra is a monster if you train it right. As an Abra, all I can do is teleport and maybe a few TRs and TMs. But slap on an experience share and it will always go, well, which is always on, and at level 16 to get Kadabra to melt the world. If you can risk trying to catch level 20 out of the gates, you can also do that. But yeah, a very good special attack at this form, and you'll be able to get yourself an Alakazam after the 7th gym. It's a special powerhouse with an impressive 135 special attack and 120 speed. It can sweep through foes really easily. Even Kadabra is pretty good with 120 special attack. Nothing to sneeze at. The main weakness about getting Alakazam though is that it is a trade evolution, so yeah. Another important thing though is that it has no defense stat whatsoever, so a Crunch will knock it out. As a Psychic type, you can learn quite a few moves that you're better off going for full offensive. Psychic, Side Shock are good moves to teach it, both for defense and special defense. TM-wise, not really super impressive like Slowbro, but can learn Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, and Nasty Plot to set up and sweep. All around, a very good Pokemon to use both early and late game. Just gotta deal with Teleport. Next up is Klefki. Klefki is an interesting Pokemon. Very Steel type is a very defensive type, and it's a very well-rounded Pokemon, having good defensive stats, though low HP. Its ability is key to its power. Get it? Key. And that would be Prankster. It gives it priority to status type moves, which it learns loads of. Thunderwave, Spikes. It's built more on a competitive scene with long battles and such. As for single player, it's just kind of there. It's not really too impressive. It has okay moves on the offense. It works more as a defensive Pokemon. Stats are nice and well-rounded, especially early game. And it does come with a nice move pool, unless you want to go for higher tier battle or comp. So yeah, it's a pretty good competitive Pokemon. Single player, it's okay. Next up is Chanseys. As I said before, if you get a Chansey, fight it or kill it. In raids, kill them especially. They are experienced grind Pokemon, having the highest experience rate of almost any Pokemon. They have some very highs and very lows. I guess high highs and low lows. Highest HP and very good special defense, with the lowest attack and defense stat in the entire series at 5 each. That's it. Blissey has better stats, making it a special fortress at 255 HP, which is the highest of all Pokemon, and 135 special defense. It takes special hits for breakfast easily. The defense, the physical stats though, are absolutely terrible. So yeah, so keep it away from physical Pokemon, and there's a lot in this game. It's a very supportive Pokemon, having some good healing moves for raids like Life Dew, Heal Pulse, and some other offensive moves like, I guess the Beam, Strike Attack, Stealth Rock. It's an okay Pokemon, not super amazing. Though it's really worth going after just for the experience. And in raids, they give out loads of candy, and Blissey has a chance of dropping good raising items like the Lucky Egg. And plus, you'll be able to find Blisseys in the fog here. Next up is Rockruff. Rockruff is a cute Pokemon that's okay. It's a rock dog, and has an okay attack and speed stat until you evolve at level 25. The evolution is where things get interesting. Lycanroc has 3 forms depending on the time of day, during the day, and the ability it has. So the first form is midday form, which is during the daytime. It has good attack and speed, making it a fast attacking Pokemon. The midnight form has the same attacking stats, with more focus on defense, is not as fast. Lastly, there is the Dust form, which requires its own temple ability from Rockruff, only found rarely in some raids. It's a carbon copy of Midday, except 2 of its speed stat is transferred to its attack stat. So yeah, as for moves, they're pretty much all identical except Midnight form and Dusk form has counter, while Daytime form and Dusk form has a Cell Rock, which is a priority rock type move. So yeah. Yeah, otherwise, most moves are pretty much similar. They do have some good moves going for it, like Drill Run, Sword Stance, Zen Headbutt, Iron Head, Stealth Rocks, and Play Rough. It's a pretty nice Pokemon. They have some strengths and weaknesses you can go for, but all around it's pretty good. The best of them is always going to be Dust, but really you're good with any of them you want. I prefer the Dust form, but it's really hard to get. Next up is Comfey. Comfey is another support-based Pokemon. It's a fairy type Pokemon with a signature ability Triage, which gives huge priority healing moves. Obviously, a healer Pokemon with moves like Floral Healing, Aromatherapy, Draining Kiss, Flower Shield, and yeah. It works as a defensive Pokemon with good defenses and speed to get the job done, and an alright special attack to work with. Energy Ball and Dazzling Gleam, Pollen Puff, Giga Drain screens are also pretty good. Much like Klefki though, Comfey benefits more on the support front, but single battles in the main game, it doesn't really go too far out, and not many fights are really long-winded, so it's an okay Pokemon, not super fantastic, just don't rely on its gimmick. Next up is Meryl. Time for some big service. Meryl became super strong in Gen 6 with its fairy typing. Huge power is a strong force to reckon with the ability to go for. Azumarill at level 18 is a defensive Pokemon. 80 in defenses and 100 HP makes it a bit of a sponge. Without huge power, it has a pitiful 50 attack, more or less becoming 100 with huge power, which is nice going for it. If you don't have huge power, it's a very mediocre Pokemon. It does learn quite a few moves to it, like Belly Drum and Aqua Jet. They hurt pretty hard. High HP makes it take some hits, especially being at half health, which makes it really good. Use a Citrus Berry, and there you go. Aqua Tail, Play Rough are 2 very good moves to learn also, and a few others. Sadly though, Meryl has to rely on huge power quite too much in order for it to become useful. If it had huge power, then it's a 3-star, otherwise it's a mad Pokemon. All around, pretty good Pokemon to use, though. Next up is Luxy. You can find Luxy at level 20 here in the wild as a unique monster, and Shinx later on in the Isle of Armour. It's an okay Electric-type Pokemon. It evolves level 15 from Shinx into Luxio, and at level 30 into Luxray. Luxray doesn't have much going for it outside of its strong attack stat. Move-wise, it struggles a bit. Crunch, Ball Charge aren't available until super late, like close to the 70s and 80s late. It is very bad, so it has to rely on Elemental Fangs and TRs to get by. Superpower, Crunch, Play Rough, and Second Fangs are all pretty good moves to go for it. Its defenses are okay. Speed is not as great as other attack Pokemon. It does have pretty good abilities. Intimidate is very nice to use, but all around it's lackluster. It definitely could use a lot more going through it. Next up is for Mantis. Poor for Mantis, outshadowed by its better in almost every single regard cousin, Serena. As a Pokemon, it's a slow but bulky grass-type Pokemon with good defenses and mixed attacking stats, but it's also a bit slow. Speed is pretty much the main reason why I suggested Serena, because Serena has pretty much better stats and everything. It does have a pretty nice move pool. Dual Chop is an evolution. X-Scissor, Leaf Blade, Night Slash, all pretty good moves. One kind of downside to Lurantis is that it does have Contrary, except it's a hidden ability. Contrary would be really good for moves such as Leaf Storm, except it really doesn't have much to take advantage of it. So yeah. Meanwhile, Serena just has higher attack stat, better defensive stats, and just a bit faster. So yeah, so it does have a better level up pool and special attack, but sadly, it's a heavily outclassed Pokemon. Next up is Flexgender. Flexgender is a pretty fun Pokemon. Flexgender line is a pretty solid Fire Flame type line. The main call to the line is Gale Wing's hidden ability, which gives Flying type moves a speed priority if at full HP, which was nerfed in Gen 7 because Talonflame was an absolute monster in Gen 6. Still, it's pretty strong. An okay attack, but still pretty fast, so Gale Wings is not too much of a priority, so it can do it on its own. It struggles heavily on the level up front, though. Flare Blitz is a move to remove, while Brave Bird is a stupid level 83. Yeah, that is very up there. It has some nice moves to be had. Just Sword stands for TR. All around a pretty okay Pokemon. Not as broken as it used to be, but still a pretty nice Fire-type Pokemon. Earlier or late, though, it's better early, but all around, it just takes a very, very long time to get going. Next up is Aurora. Found elsewhere, you can find Zoroark later on in the wild area. Zora is an interesting Pokemon because illusion that disguises the Pokemon into whatever is in the 6th slot. So if you can debate Avery into Psychic Spam when you have a fighting type Pokemon, and yeah. It evolves level 30 into Zoroark. The line is a fast mixed attacking Pokemon with higher focus on the specials, though in turn has very bad defenses. It has some good moves to use such as Nasty Plot, Dark Pulse, Night Slash, Sludge Bomb, Flamethrower, and quite a few other moves. Not the most impressive, but a very nice Pokemon to use. I had fun using one before early, and it was a pretty nice Pokemon to use as long as yeah. You are able to find a level 50 Zoroark later on once you get the Water Bite upgrade to help out later in the game. And all around it's a pretty nice Pokemon. Next up is Staryu and Starmie, super strong Water-type Pokemon to break the early game. Seriously, you can find a Water Stone and destroy the game with Staryu later on, or you go for Glory with Starmie right now if you want to risk getting destroyed. Starmie has 115 speed and 100 special attack and good defenses to sweep pretty much a lot of the game. Right out of the gate, Move Tutor moves, Psychic Surf, Power Gem, yeah, and for TRs you can learn Thunderbolt and Ice Beam along with Grass Knot, Flash Cannon, and Dazzling Gleam. It is a very potent Pokemon that is it's a very game-breaking Pokemon. If you want to come to Isle of Armour as soon as you can and beeline it to Challenge Beach and to catch Staryu, and then use Water Stone, you get a super strong Pokemon that I would say is one of the best Pokemon to use in the single player in the game, just from its potency and availability. As for Pokemon that you can find elsewhere in the regular wild area that's not exclusive here is Inkay. Inkay you can technically find right now, but just going over the bio now. Inkay is a well-rounded Pokemon, jack of all trades, master of none. It's very confusing with evolution because you have to hold your switch upside down. Thank goodness that, well, I guess you can find Malamar later on in the game, so if you want to catch them all without having to go undocked, then you're good to go. So yeah, it is a fantastic Pokemon with its highest stat being 92 and its resident stats being mediocre. Might sound like, why the hell use this Pokemon? 2 reasons. Number 1, very good typing, only having 2 weaknesses to Bug and Fairy, which are pretty uncommon. and the other one is having Contrary not as a hidden ability. It can learn some potent moves, such as Superpower. Whenever you use it, its attack and defense goes up, so you can just keep on using that repeatedly and just go to town from there. Downside, though, is that it evolves pretty late. So, yeah. Well, it gets its level up moves pretty late, though. So, yeah, other moves to teach it, Night Slash, Psycho Cut, are very good at lower levels, while Superpower is pretty late. So other fun moves would be Liquidation and TR. All around, it's a fun Pokemon to use. Not fantastic stats, but still pretty fun with its hidden ability. Holy hell, my throat's dead. Alright then, so now with that all done, we are free to go about the area a bit and just see what we can find. So once again, some more berries here. What do we get? Rust and green. Shake it some more. Cherry red rust. Continue shaking. I highly recommend shaking a lot of these berries. Okay, shake it some more. Okay, it's about to fall. We're good. Alright, some more berries here. So yeah, I recommend shaking the berries because apricorns are going to have a use pretty soon. Next up, just going on through the area. There are some new wild dens you can go ahead and explore. I guess some wild shaking too, just seeing what we got. Oh hi, Blipbug. Yeah, you're able to find a lot of the Pokemon from the base game here too. Yeah, different varying stats and evolutions and such. I mean, 17 is pretty strong. Once again, more balance around you being pretty close to the first gym, but still, not too bad. See what this is. A blue. Shake it some more. Alright, it's getting a little bit aggressive. Alright. Grab some more berries. Yeah, I don't think there'll be too much more to this episode. Stay away from me, Flexgender. Alright, Jar of Hundy. Yeah, Jar of Hundy. Yeah, my brain's starting to smooth out. So just heading up here to the ledge here. Let's see what we get here. Azurill. Alright. Do I have any Steel-type moves on me? Not really. I should be fine. I'll just skip ahead to the end. There we go. Azurill got. Alright then. Hey, we got another Dazzling Gleam. Alright, send you to the box. Not going to be using you. Alright then, so continuing on through this area a bit more. More energy there. Yeah, I think there's like a couple more things to note. At least before we head across the bridge. Because once you get to the bridge, things are going to open up quite a bit. So heading up here onto this ledge, we get ourselves a Sunstone. So you can evolve Pokemon that use Sunstone. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. My brain is smooth right now. Oh well then. So I guess kind of wrapping up this first area here, we're going to be heading onto the bridge here with a mysterious looking Pokemon. Diggy! Diglett? Oh, Diglett. Here you are. Ah, you little rascal. I was worried about you. Dig! Thank you for finding my little Diglett. Is it from Alola? Oh, I didn't expect somebody knows about it. That's right, this Diglett is from the Alola region. When I traveled in Alola, I fell in love with these adorable little three hairs. I caught a lot of Diglett over there and came back. But they went somewhere when I looked away for a second. Diggly! Anyways, you found a Diglett buried in the ground. You definitely have talent for finding Diglett. If it's okay, can you find all the other Diglett too? How many is there, like 20, 30? Sure. What kind of person you are. Words can't express how grateful I am. You found one Diglett so far, so please find 150 more Diglett. If you find them, please tell them to come back to me. There are 151 Diglett here in the wild area. So, how do you find Diglett? The answer is simple. Look for 3 hairs along the strands. I feel like this is the devs being very, angry at the, people who are very upset that, oh, I have to look at all these ugly-looking trees. These trees are terrible. This terrain's terrible. In all reality, Alright, 15 more trainers, and here we get ourselves a trainer. Oh my gosh, the most awesome Pokemon ever! I'll show you this awesome Pokédex entry for just 100 watts if you like. No! So yeah, so you can talk to these trainers and they'll give you some free Pokemon you can see for the decks, so that way you can go ahead and register it since there's no trainers to get information. So yeah, will I be showing where all these Diglett are? Yes I will, but you'll have to find them yourself. Thankfully though, I will make a complete guide later on. Probably once we have the full bike upgrades to get them all. I'll be just kind of going back and forth right now because we can find quite a few right now. Alright, another Diglett here. 14 more. $13 more. Yeah, if you want to look for things, best to go a little bit more slowly. Best to go through with a fine comb brush. Alright, here's another one here. Alright, just 12 more Diglett here. At least they're grateful enough to tell you how many left you got. 11 more in the first area. I think there's a little bit more across the bridge. Alright then. So I guess with that all done, we now have this area up ahead. Heading across here, okay, we don't get immediately put into a cutscene. Another Diglett here. So yeah, so I like the Isle of Armour. I feel like this is them just running things a little bit better. There's a Lapuni. I would say that the levels are pretty decently balanced, like, for this point in the game. I think there's, like, a handful of Pokemon that are actually above 35. So, yeah. Alright, more watts there. Hidden item here, Super Potion. Yeah, I'd recommend getting watts now. It's very important that you do so because watts are going to become very useful in the very, very near future. Alright. Got our Manatee out, I guess. My brain's starting to smooth out. I probably should have concluded the episode off. Kinda exhausted myself a bit. Another Diglett here. Yeah, I will say that getting the Diglett rewards are important. Like, you get very, very good rewards for doing the Diglett, especially doing it now. I highly recommend doing the Diglett raids. Hi, Jiggles. Alright, then setting off this way. So you are free to explore the entirety of the area. So right over here is the Soothing Wetlands. Can get this Diglett here. Diglett-dee, Diglett-dee. So yeah, so you could go to the dojo right now. But instead, I'm going to be venturing on to the wild area a bit more. Namely, there's a couple areas I want to try to get to right now, just out of curiosity. I'll be going over these bios once we're here because most of these areas will have a purpose, but as of right now, not really. Okay, we got a free leak there. Don't need Modorodo. So yeah, so once again, I'll be going over these areas a little bit more in detail. I'll be going for the hidden items, because hidden items, go for them. Because there's some really strong ones. Forest of Focus being Rain. That looks good. So right up here is the trainer here. So yeah, so you are able to start digging a little bit more. You're able to use your Armorite to dig for even more Armorite. However, though, once you break, you don't get anything, so I don't recommend this. But you get an Armorite for free anyways. And I'll venture to different areas in the island. Really, I don't really use it that much. 300 watts there, no thank you. So yeah, so I'm venturing on through this forest here because reasons. No thank you, Cramorant. Fungus. Trainer here, do you sell? Okay, you just complete Pokédex. Okay. Some Tangela here. The main thing I want to go is right over here. Please be Sandstorm. Damn. No thank you, Scyther. Alright then, so heading on across to the end here, I venture out all this way just to talk to these NPCs. Alright, call me Dig and Paw. You met my Dig and duo. They're my sons. Haven't got any armor, or have you? You know, the rare type that Armour's known for. If you give us a few pieces of that ore, we'll put these fine old muzzles straight to work, digging you up lots of watts. So you need 7 of them in order to do some things. Thankfully, I do have 7. Alright, 2,000 watts, 5,000. So yeah, this is a huge return on investment. You're going to need a lot of watts coming up soon. This is the best place to get it. Like, 28,000. That's like more than I had for like 3 days of grinding. So yeah, all that fun stuff. And now, I'm going to be doing something else. There is a Pokemon available here right now that I want to try to get. Okay, apparently there's some difficulty just trying to get things to go forward. I was trying to change my time and date in order to accommodate things. However, though, it just would not go. I tried venturing to later on the wild area. However, though, the Pokemon I was trying to get was not wanting to spawn. Apparently the weather thing was not working like it was supposed to, because there's supposed to be a fancy weather thing that you could occur on the 15th of every month, but it wasn't triggering for some reason, though it should have. I don't really know anymore. It might have been Jessica's new date. I don't know. So it looks like I'm going to have to find myself a new replacement team member, because I was wanting to get a certain new team member for my team. But it's not working out, but I'll think of something. Well, I guess it kind of went on for too long. It's an hour in recording now. I'll be cutting out a lot of it. So, with that all done, we did pretty good progress this episode. We arrived here at the Isle of Armour. We went about 20 minutes, and yeah, a lot of bios and such. Next time in Pokemon Sword and Shield, more Isle of Armour. I'll see you all then.